In the meantime, the sheriff in this case has said that he would charge the parents if he could, but that there were no obvious charges that exist in the statute. CNN's legal analyst and defense attorney Mark O'Mara wants to change that. He joins me now live outside of Orlando. And in fact, Mark, you have drafted real legislation. You have history in your experiences and background of drafting legislation, and you've done this. You've drafted legislation that you think could be precedent-setting in terms of how parents need to be responsible not only for their children if they're bullying, but also if their parents or if their children are going to be bullied. Can you give me just the synopsis very quickly about the nugget of this legislation?
Absolutely. Through a nonprofit we have called Justice Outreach, we've done basically a bill that first identifies and defines what bullying is and also what cyberbullying is, because right now in Florida, though it's a prohibited act, it's not illegal. So we are making it illegal. We're also addressing an issue called revenge porn, which is out in California where they're doing that, where you send out a picture of an ex or whatever, and that could be a crime itself. But most controversial, I guess, is that we are also saying that if the parents of people who are bullying or, quite honestly, are being bullied, are negligent in watching over their kids' internet presence, that they could be responsible from a criminal perspective as well.
So I guess that the natural question to come out of this would be, what is reasonable? What is reasonable to expect of parents today who are so incredibly busy, many two-income households, two working parents, social networking devices that are as small as a credit card? What's reasonable in terms of asking parents to be on top of everything that their kids are doing?
Well, first of all, parents have to be responsible for what their kids do. It used to just be, you can't let them near your guns. We know that's a crime. You can't let them use the car. That's a crime. You have to make sure they get to school. That's a crime. We now have a brand new environment called the virtual reality or the digital world, and unfortunately, kids are getting into a lot of trouble there. So what's reasonable is this. It's not that we're looking to hold parents responsible for one tweet or one status update. But if, in fact, the parents are what we call culpably negligent, and that is a concept in the law that says if you're truly acting without any reasonable care whatsoever for the kids, and that has to happen over a lengthy period of time, then if you are culpably negligent in supervising your children and they do something that either gets them in trouble, causes trouble, even injury or death, then you can be held responsible. And I do believe it'll pass constitutional muster. I know it's going to be somewhat controversial, but we have kids causing the death of other kids, and we cannot ignore that as parents or as a society.
I sense that the most controversial will be holding accountable the parents whose kids end up victimized. I mean, it's very painful, and obviously, it's a crisis we all find ourselves in. We'll definitely talk more about it at another time as well. Mark O'Mara, good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Great, Ashley.